Okay, so in this video, we'll be looking at how to create the layout for the entire, I mean, not entirely blog, but create a blog and post the blog in the PHP. Okay, so for that, let's create a table. So head towards the PHP my admin. Okay, I don't have that bit because I just used to type it using my keyboard. So what we need to do? Where is the magnifier? Okay, open, click on blocks. Create a new table under the blocks. So this should be blogs blocks. So first we'll check what are the things we require. So by default it's giving me four rows. The first row would be id, the second row would be something like the title, TITLA title, and the next one would be description, or instead of description, content, content, and at last author. Okay, AUTHOR. And if you want, you can add a published thing. That's up to you. But either the way, I'll just show you how to make that. Okay, published and a date. Let's add two more columns here. Okay, so two more columns and just click on just minimize it and just click on go. So it will be adding me two more columns. So what I will do, I'll just add uh, date date or time. Okay, date, and it would be is published, published is published. So let's go one by one. The integer should be, I mean, the data type should be integer. The value should be 10, and I'll just minimize the. I'll just minus the screen size. Head towards the attributes. It's nothing. The index should be primary index, and without any value, it should be an auto increment. So apart from that, the other data type should be varchar. The content for so instead of providing the long text, okay, I'll just go for the varchar. The content should be text, and it would be the author would be varchar and date. So date I'll just leave by default as a varchar. And what we need to do, we need to change this one as boolean. Remember, the is published should be boolean. Either it will be true or false. Okay, by default it will be false. Let's go ahead one by one. So for the title, I'll be just providing the 100 words is enough. And for the content, it might contain at least 3000 words. Who knows? And for the author, it will be again 100. For the date, it will be 100. 10 to 20 is fine, but I'm providing as 100. And for the boolean, either it's, I'll just give the values to. And by default, the boolean value should be as defined as 0. Okay, 0 means it's false. Okay, I hope you guys got it. And let's verify it once. Excuse me. So integer id, integer length 10, index is primary, AI is auto increment. Apart from that, everything seems to be fine. Just click on save, and voila, done. So right now what I will do, let's create a form, but before that, I'll just verify what are the pages here. So under the blocks, we'll just click on the right block. So right block, there is nothing here. So what I need to, I'll just create a new file as, make sure it doesn't comes under the include. Okay, click outside, new file, write.php. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll open the nav bar or the navigation menu, and here instead of providing an empty or hash value, I'll just provide write.php. Okay, so if I'm gonna refresh and click on write, it has redirected me to the write.php page. Okay, so for the better thing, what I will do, I'll create a new file as template, new file template.php. Okay, so in this template, what I'll be storing, so the everything, so in which what are the reusable contents. Okay, there is a function to reuse the to create a component in PHP, but I'm not gonna go and do that for the beginners. Okay, so let's what we need to do. We need to head towards navbar, yeah, template.php and paste it here. Okay, so what we'll be doing, we'll be using the same set of characters, I mean the same content. Copy this and paste it inside the write.php. So if you're going to refresh, it will be present here. Okay, so what I will do, I will go for the bootstrap input. Type bootstrap.com. So I'll make a card. Okay, so in the I'll go to the documents. I'll just type card card. So here itself you can see there is a card in which I'll make it align its center, provide and description as well as a card title, and by default the author will be entered upon the logged in with the logged in information. Okay, let's do. But before I'm going to copy, let's create a division here. So first I'll create a division with a container division dot row, oops, my bad, row, and then we need to define the column. So in this case it would be like column I division dot division dot call hyphen sm hyphen 12 dot call hyphen md hyphen 4. Okay, so uh, hey, what's happening? Hey, okay, call hyphen md hyphen 4. So right now I'll paste that entire code inside this division. So this is an first example, or we can go for the second example, whichever is convenient, but either the way we'll be replacing this entire thing. Okay, so we'll be just using the class. Okay, this text, this is a perfect example. So copy this entire thing. So here if you just click on the content type, it is showing me titles, text and links. So this is better. I'll just copy this entire thing and paste it here. Since it has not been formatted, select all, right click, so format document, and it has been formatted. Okay, let's go and type. Okay, so right now this has been aligned towards the left. So what I will do to align this, I'll just use the d-block with mx auto. Okay, I just need to change this d-block mx auto. Yeah, perfect. So this has been added here, but this is not the way I want. It should be in the center. So what I will do, I'll just go towards the deflex. So in the enable flex behavior, you can see what I will do. I'll just type d-flex. Okay. So right now the flex has been activated. So to align it in between, what I need to do, I just need to use the justify content center. Let's use it. Justify hyphen center. Okay. Let's give a try. I think it's limited because it's for it's give to try a 12. Yeah, so 12 is the perfect thing. And now let's align everything in the middle here. So for that again, go towards the flex box. In the align items, you can see the third one is the aligned item in the middle. So align item center will give the class align hyphen items hyphen make sure it's items 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 hyphen center. Okay, let's give it a try. my God, this is not working. I think because of the flex box. So we just need to increase the height, or we just need to add the height. So if you are adding the height, definitely it will come. So what I will do, I'll just provide an attribute as style height as 2vh, 2vh or 100%. But why this is not rendering here? Okay, I just need to provide to this entire row. My bad. Click on this row, style equals row, sorry, height. Height equals 100%. I hope this would be working fine. But why? Let's increase the height. This is not working. Okay, we'll fix that issue later. But let's create an input field for this. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'll be just using the form with an method. Okay, method equals post. So inside the form, as usual. So I'll be using the floating. I'm sorry guys. It is a floating label. Let's go to the input type label. On the floating label, you can see this is working. We'll just copy this entire code and we'll paste it here. Okay. So paste it here. Control all. Since when this thing is getting in not in a format, control all format document, and the data everything will be formatted. So we just need to modify a few things here. So instead of the email, we'll just provide text, and the placeholder would be title. So uh, enter a oops. So let's give it a blog title. Blog title. That makes some sense. And at the same time, what I will do, I'll just copy this entire thing, and it should be blog title. Blog title. Okay, let's check it. Blog title. This is perfect. Now, again, we need to modify below here. Instead of the password, it should be text. And what I will do, just leave the IDs. So for this is the label for this ID. If I'm gonna mess up with this, and if I'm gonna refresh, sometimes it won't work. And yeah, so for the placeholder, yeah. So instead of using an input bar, what I will do, I'll go for a text area. A text area is an element where you can resize the bar as per your wish. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just cut this entire thing, but make sure we'll keep the contents inside this as same. Okay, okay, let's modify this input bar to text area, and it requires a closing tag. Okay, so text area. So here you can see I can resize it. So we'll provide the rows and columns. So the rows would be, but before that, before then getting it more complicated, we'll write the names as. So define a name attribute as blog and blog title, and this okay, I'll just go with the underscore blog title, and for the content it would be okay, name blog content. So let's modify a few things here. So instead of the password, it's uh, write your content. Write instead of writing your content, I'll just make it as post as content. So here content. Uh, okay. So right now this is working perfectly. So what we can add as many things as we want, and we can post it here. Okay. So we need to provide a button. So below this form, we'll just use create another division with flex. Okay, d hyphen flex. So the first button would be, let's write a button dot btn dot btn hyphen success success for to post. Okay, so we'll provide submit, but let's specify the type. Okay, the type would be, like submit, and as usual the name should be submit, and let's provide a value as submit. Okay, and then we'll just write it as post, or post. Okay, but before that we'll provide a radio button to, okay, we since I said radio button, to add it in the boolean as 0. By default the boolean is 0. Okay, so by posting it will come to none. And now second is the button. So this button would be button dot btn hyphen, let's go for the bootstrap and search for the button colors. So button, let's search for the outline styles. So here you can see there is an outline. It should be btn outline warning. I'll just go for btn dot btn hyphen outline dot sorry, hyphen warning. So let's make some text, and we'll verify this. Okay, this is working fine. So yeah, now we'll provide a few things. So instead of providing the button type as submit, we'll provide the type as reset. Okay, reset. Okay, so if you see, okay, not created anything. Clear. Mm. So here you can see there is a clear. If I'm going to type anything, if I'm just going to hit on clear, it will clear everything in my blog. And if I'm just going to do, and if I'm going to click on post, it will submit the data. So that's how it's basically used to work. So what I will do, I'll just use the gap class of 4. So we'll get some spacing here. Okay, as usual, we're getting a spacing here. But what we'll do, I'll just go ahead with a flex box to align it in a such a way it is looking good. So in which way I need to use, I just need to use a justify around justify hyphen content around. Okay, not bad, but I'll go for evenly. That was better. Okay, and now I'll provide a margin top of 4 pixels. So right now I'll add another attribute. Since this text box is so small, what I will do, I'll just increase the size. Okay, so to increase the size, there is an attribute called columns. Okay, COOLS, calls as 30. Yeah, perfect. But at the same time I need to add the rows. So rows as 20. 20 is not working. I'll just go for 40. Why this is not getting any bigger? I think there might be an issue with the text area. Text, text area. So yeah, there is an attribute called height. Okay, we'll set that. So instead of using the rows, style height as 100 pixels. Okay, perfect. Oh, the row started working. I'll just give rows as 40. Style height as 100 pixels. Okay, now it's looking somewhat good. So if you want, you can increase the height. Okay, but not the width. Now let's write a functions for this. Since these are the easy functions, the queries are very easy. Okay, what are the things we need? The session has been already started, and okay. So first use the iset function. Iset and dollar underscore. It's not a dollar. Dollar underscore post with submit. Submit function, and I'll wrap this entire thing in if condition. So if you are getting anything in the post request, what we need to do? So for that, we'll just get a few queries. I mean, few parameters. So first one is the blog name. So the blog name would be something like, I'll just write it as a title here. Title equals dollar underscore post. It should be blog title. Blog underscore title, and it might vary on your use case. And second, blog content. So blog hyphen content. So in this case, people might use a semicolon also. Okay, so there will be an error. So to avoid that, there is an function called mysqli string. So mysqli underscore mysqli real escape string in PHP. There is an function called mysqli real escape string in PHP. So what it does, the function escapes the special characters in the string for use in SQL, taking in account for current character set for the connection. Okay, so here you can see there will be an issue. So I'll just show you. But before that, I will use mysql underscore real. Okay, so it should be dollar underscore post, and what I need to do, I need to just get that variable. So before getting that variable, I'll be writing an mysqli underscore real escape string, real escape string. So this function, oh, okay, I messed it up, I'm sorry. So it should be mysqli underscore real escape string followed by the dollar post method, dollar underscore post, and the function name is blog content underscore content. Okay, so the blog content, there is some error. Expected two arguments and found one. What are the two arguments in the MySQL string? Let's go and give a try. Everything is perfect. So what's wrong? Okay, so I will use this function dollar underscore post Okay, let's see what is a string. So MySQL and string. So the string would be in quotation. The string would be in form of a quotation. Okay, and then what I will do, by default the blog name, the username would be the author name. So the author name dollar author equals dollar underscore session. So it would be the username. So username by default, that is the username. And so date. So the date we need to write. So dollar date, and we'll just specify the date. So in this case, it should be, here you can see it is showing me an example. So we'll go in the format of day, month, and year. So it should be, we need to provide in a double quotation. For the day, it should be numbers. Okay. So for the blog, it's better to write in the Monday to Sunday kind of a thing. Or if you want, you can go in either the way. Just let's publish a date. In this case, a small d hyphen, and if you go for the month, it is m, a small m, and followed by, definitely it would be a capital Y for the year as 2024. Where is the year? Let's verify it once. So year, it's Y. Okay, it's a capital Y. So you just need to only post this data. Okay, so right now this data, what we have written, it is a very good data. So what I will do, I will now write a query. So dollar, in this case it would be an insert. So MySQLi, sorry, it should be, so insert into blocks, BLO blocks. So let's verify it once. It is bootstrap, it is blocks. Okay, so it is blocks, and we need to add the column names here. So the first column name is title. It would be title, and the second one would be content, and the third one would be author, and the fourth one would be date. Okay, and at last values. So values. So in this case, for the title, it is dollar title, and make sure you're gonna write in a single quotation. Okay, dollar title using a comma, and for the second one, it's author, and the third one, oops, sorry, it's not the second one, because due to the auto completion of this I have hit the tab and read the same words. That's why never trust AI. Okay, let's begin. So dollar. So for the content, I have written as blog here. So let's verify. Let's rename it content, and it would be content. CON dollar content. And for the and for the another mode thing is author. So for the author, it's dollar author. Okay, and for the fourth one, it would be date, dollar date. So as usual, so you guys know how to run this query. Okay, so right now what we'll do, we will post a toast. That means a bootstrap toast, in which it will provide us a pop-up kind of a thing. So here toast, toast. So this will be a toast. So each time we're gonna run this, it should show something like this. I'll just show you. If I'm gonna click here, it is showing me a below right. So like this, it will give us a toast. Okay, we'll copy this part and we'll just verify it once. Either this is gonna work or not for this. Where it is. Okay, this is not working. Okay, we'll add the toast in the later class or in the next session. But before that, we need to show some message the blog has been added. We can use the alert. Okay, let's begin. So for that, let's run um, mysqli underscore query. It requires two parameters. First one is the dollar link. But before importing the dollar link, make sure you have required in the config. So require 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 once forward slash config.php. Okay, so now require once config.php. So right now we can include this dollar link and the dollar insert query, dollar inc at insert query. So again I'll wrap it inside an if condition, and if this is success echo, let's write a script alert inside a single quotation blog blog added successfully. Okay, but it won't be showing. Okay, I will write a, I'll show you in a minute how to make that. So script script. Okay, and again else 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 blog fail to add blog. Okay, I missed a single quotation here. Okay, so let's post some data here, but before that, we'll cross verify it. So we are getting the data, and if it has been inserted, it will just alert us blog edit successfully. If it has been failed, it will just show us failed. Okay, let's give it a try. So let's write a blog. This is my first blog, and right now, what I will do, this is my first blog. So let's click on post. It is providing me an kind of an error, so my MySQL must be extended. Okay, so okay, I'll just remove this MySQL string and we'll just check either it's the code is working or not properly. Okay, refresh, sent. So blog edit successfully. So if you go to the record, it should be showing me is published 0 and the this is my first blog. Okay, so right now what I will do, I'll head towards the index.php. Okay, I'll just go to the index.php where it is. This is index.php. So let's add a couple of blocks here. So okay, I'll use the fake generator. Okay, it's not in the fake generator. So I'll go take a help of Google. Give me some save content. Okay, so here we do have some block content. So what I will do, as why is lorem ipsum used? I'll go here, I'll paste it again. I will just copy this and I'll paste it here. This is the, oops, this will be my second block. Okay, blog added successfully. Refresh. It has been rendered here. Okay, so right now I'll add another two more. How I can use it to my website. So how I can use it to my website and generate, paste it, post. Again, go to the thing. What is my lorem? Paste it the title. This is just for your educational purpose. Okay, this has been posted successfully. So right now, at least we do have some four blog posts. So to retrieve that, what I will do, I'll just use the card format. First, let's use the cards. So as usual, since we are using this card layout from the write.php, I'll just copy this entire container. Okay, from line 1 to here. Oops, my bad. A copy and paste it inside the index.php. Okay, so let's go to the index page. Home. Okay, we have not added the home in the navigation bar. Plus control plus P, type the nav bar. Since if there are a lot of files, you cannot go and search for own. So in index.php. Okay, refresh, click on home. Yeah, it is coming here. No, 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 no. Okay, click on home. It has came here. The index.php on the above URL you can see. So I know this is a long video, but this is worth your time. So what I'm doing, I'm creating the UI backend and for the same for the displaying the data. So head towards the navigation.php index here, and instead of providing the form, what I will do, I'll just delete this form. Okay, I'll just delete this form and we'll be looping this entire thing, and I don't need any deflexes. Okay, and this would be something as 4. So I'll be just showing you only three three cards per column. Okay, so let's do it. So let's create the card body is already defined. Go to here, search for the cards. So we do have a text here, text. This would be the heading. Okay, this is perfect and it's perfectly aligning with the card what I needed. I'll just copy this entire thing, delete this card and paste it here. Control all, format document. Okay, okay, this is perfect. So now I'll just duplicate this. Don't do this until my instructions. Where it is. Okay, okay, right now it's coming underneath. So let's loop it. So the first thing what I'm going to do, I'll be writing an MySQL query, but not at here. So what I will do, I need to loop this entire thing. I'll just provide a spacing and to be more precise, I'll just collapse this. Okay. So first, as usual, what we need to do, we need to use a PHP tag. Okay. And right now, what I need to do, I need to use the query session. So for that, it would be as usual query. Okay. So dollar underscore query. Sorry, it should be dollar query equals inside the double quotation, select all from blocks. Okay, select all from blocks. So this we'll modify this query, but not it. Select all from the blocks. Okay, once this has been done, as you know, if it has returned any value, mysqli underscore query, and this requires two arguments. So those two arguments are dollar link and dollar query. Okay, and if it matches this condition, what I will do, I will be running the mysql numbers method. But before that, if this has failed, I'll just write an false failback condition as uh, fail to, but okay, so we'll fix it out later, but it won't show anything currently. Ma, 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 sound. Okay, so on next, what we'll do, we'll be using the mysql numbers method. So if, okay, but before that we need to store it in a result variable. So result equals mysqli result. So next what I will do, I'll be just using the if condition with mysqli underscore uh, mysqli num rows. So I'll be passing the result variable, and right now if any value is present, I'll just use uh, okay, if any value comes, I'll print it inside this, else, so I'll just type echo no results found. This is just for the temporary being. We'll just modify it to something as h1 or h2. And if the data is present, as usual, you know, we'll be using a while loop. So before using the while loop, we need to declare the state. In this case, the state would be like the dollar I equals to, okay, dollar I is equals to 1. Okay, on the next line, I'll be using the while if mysqli underscore fetch array. So in this case, it would be like mysqli fetch array, again the result variable. So we'll store this inside a row. Dollar row equals mysqli fetch array, and again we need to open the parenthesis. So inside this, the data will be present. So right now what I'm going to do, I'll leave something like this, and on the next line I need to use the incremental operator dollar I plus plus dollar I plus plus, and on the next line I need to use the mysqli underscore free result, and this should free all the results here. Okay, so at this moment what I need to do, I just need to close the php tag here after the opening of the while loop bracket, and I'll again start here php tag. Okay, right now this has completed, but in between we need to copy paste this entire code. Cut this, I mean the collapsed code here, right? So cut this and paste it here. So we'll control all format document. So right now the code has been formatted. So now we'll add the title here. So in the name of a card title, what we'll do, we'll just use php dollar row and the table name. So in this case, the table name would be title, title, semicolon, stop. So if I'm gonna refresh, dollar link, okay, I have not, we are getting an error. It is showing undefined variable dollar link. So I have not required that main configuration file here. So require, require underscore once. So it should be the double quotation as config.php. Okay, so right now it's gonna print all the card titles here. Okay, my bad, so I not typed the echo. Oops. Oh, crap. Don't know what's wrong with my. Hey, there is some issue with my keyboard, guys. So echo dollar row title title title. I'll just close it, and I'll require again. I need to do because of this kind of a glitches. Okay, see, this is my first blog. Why is lorem ipsum and so and so. So instead of giving the card title, let's write an author here. Okay, so we'll just provide a soft coded value as a hard coded value by hyphen, or a hyphen is not required. So right now, providing with some space, again we'll start with the PHP echo dollar row, and this in this case it should be the author, AUTH author, and right now I'll close it. So right now it's going to show me all the things. Again, what I will do, I'll just add the text here. So just copy this, cut this entire thing. Again, as usual, PHP echo dollar oops, it's not dollar underscore, dollar row followed by quotation, and we'll just write the content since it's the table name here. Okay, let's visit. So right now you can see every content is in one or the other block of line. So at this point we'll be using a method called substring. Okay, so a substring is nothing but which is used to cut a particular string in PHP. Okay, so how to do that? So for that we need to provide, since it's a function, we need to provide the function with the three arguments. The first three arguments are, first one is the string what we need to provide, second one is the start length, starting position, and third one is the length. Okay, so what I will do, I will just use an if else condition here. Okay, so for that, before I'm gonna make start writing the if else condition, if it's more than 300, it should show the entire thing. If it's less than if it's more than 300, it should show a limited. Else, it can show all. Okay, so I'll just inside the PHP delete everything. Provide as many as spacing until you're feeling comfortable. So let's start writing. If inside the condition, if inside the condition dollar row, uh, but before that we need to provide a string length function. So strlen, string length. Okay, if string length dollar row, and it should be content, content content, and if the content is greater than or equal to 100, at this time we will show what the how it should be printed. Else what we'll do, we'll just type echo, we'll just print whatever it's present. So dollar row, and it should be a content here. Okay, so content. Okay, it's missing something wrong here, making something wrong. So dollar row content identifier or expenditure or something. I think it's because of this line. Echo, no, dollar, row, and CO content. Okay. So right now, the moment I'm gonna fresh, only this is having less than 300 characters. That's why it's printing. So other are greater than 300. Okay. So what? So for this, what I will do, I'll just use a substring function. So let's use echo substring. Okay. As you see, so in this case, the same thing. So dollar row followed by content. Okay. And then let's start from 0 until it should be 100. Okay. The moment I'm gonna go to the page and refresh, it's showing me till only 100. Okay. And if I'm gonna just modify the start length to 50, it will start from the 50 of 15 sentence and till from 50 to 100 it will just show. Okay, so right now I'll do an concatenation here. So to represent there are more space dot the double quotation. So use three dots. Okay. So if I'm gonna refresh, it's you can see here showing me that means there are much more here. So we will modify this in the next class since this video is almost an hour long. Okay guys, see you in the next video.